Hey everybody, it's Kendrick from Boss Financial, and I'm here with Jim, who's one of our members of Yield Wealth. Jim recently, from a DeFi opportunity that I brought over to him, was able to turn a $2,500 investment into what did it ended up coming out to being for you, Jim?
$60,000.
$60,000. Congratulations, man. God bless. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so, I wanted to take an opportunity, Jim, to just hear a little more about your story, your background, and your experience so far with Yield Wealth. So if it's okay, I just got a couple of quick questions for you. So when you were first getting into investments, tell me more about where you would get your investment information and education from. Would love to understand, what your approach was and ultimately, why you decided to take the previous approach you had taken towards specifically investing.
I've been involved in investing for about 15 years, primarily in stocks, and then more recently focusing more on options, and paid thousands and thousands of dollars for investment advice through various newsletters and services, etc. And all I did was lose money. I just kept losing money no matter what I did. So I started hearing about crypto and decided to get involved with that a little bit. And that's when I heard about Boss Financial.
Mm-hmm. So what was it about Boss that, kind of inspired you to step out of your comfort zone and go down this path of, entering the world of decentralized finance? What were you hoping to get out of this experience? And what kind of caught your attention?
Well, the thing that with stocks and especially with options, you're making bets. You're basically betting your money that things are going to go one way or the other. And the thing that intrigued me about Boss and yield wealth farming was that it was more like, it felt more like putting money in a bank account, but with extraordinary returns, and it's not really like that, but it just felt like less of a bet, less of a gamble. And so that's what got me interested to begin with.
Yeah. And so would you say, like, was that the real key thing for you that inspired you to think that, all right, maybe this was actually quite different than previous approaches?
Absolutely. Yeah. That was the key for me. And yet I knew that if I was left to my own devices to find these yield farming opportunities, that I'd be floundering and wasting a lot of time and possibly a good deal of money. So I don't remember how I came across Boss, but when I did, it just looked like this is the thing for me.
Yeah. Well, you obviously took the leap of faith and joined the community. We love having you be part of our group, Jim. What was it like once you first got in and started building some of these yield farms or going after some of these other DeFi opportunities that we bring you? What was that experience like for you? Did you find it challenging in some regards, easy in other regards? I'd love to just get a little more of that perspective.
Well, I'm pretty computer literate. I was even involved in IT for a while. So it wasn't challenging in the sense of the technicalities of it. Learning how things worked was a little bit challenging in the beginning, but most yield farms are pretty similar in terms of the way you approach them and get into them and all that. So I feel like I just needed to be pointed in the right direction and have good input as to where to go, where to look, and Boss has certainly provided that.
What would you say are some of the biggest either lessons or things that you've gained from being in the community?
Well, I guess one thing that I've appreciated about you, Ted, is that unlike most financial advisors, which I know you're not, no financial advice, but unlike most, like with the Arbitrum airdrop that we just went through, you came back almost as soon as that was over and said, we could have done a lot better with this if we had just done a couple of things differently. And you don't see that very much in the industry of finance. And I really appreciated that. I really appreciated your honesty and humility.
Appreciate that. And I think, this stuff's very tricky, very, very tricky. And I think the moment you start thinking higher of yourself than you really are is the moment you're probably going to fail terribly. At least that's been my experience.
Right.
Well, now that you are, obviously you're part of a community. You just went through and just from one opportunity turned it $2,500 into $60,000. Huge congratulations on that, man. God bless you. That's fantastic. And I'd say, I guess my last question would be, for anybody who's maybe thinking about joining Yield Wealth or a coaching program or Boss in general, but maybe he's on the fence. What would you want to tell them?
Well, I would say it's, anything like this is always a risk. There's always risk involved, but it's a risk that's certainly worth taking. My subscription cost, I don't even remember how much it was, but I know it wasn't anywhere near 60 grand. So I couldn't be happier with the service and with the community. I enjoy the meetings we have online and learn from everybody else's questions, and it's just a really good thing. I'm very, very happy with it.
Yeah. Well, again, Jim, I really appreciate you taking the time today to chat, and thank you for the kind words, and thanks for being part of this, man. I'm very excited about 2023. I think we're going to have a lot of success together. And so thanks for being part of this, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to be part of it. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to tell my story.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.